Good morning. Welcome. It's Coffee with Me. I'm Susan Buchser-Lochocki, running for President of the United States with the Green Party. This is my kitchen. Welcome. Now, as you know, I'm just doing one coffee after the other right now. You can also tell by the clock how long it's taking in between. But anyways, and I'm moving this back and forth so it seems like it's a different day. But it's actually the same day, just a little different. Yeah, I'll just adjust that. Oh, and you know what I haven't been doing? Let's take a sip of coffee. I haven't done that yet. So, today is Thankful Thursday, June 4th. Excuse me. And although technically it's Friday. Then, it is also the UN International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggressors. Apparently this started out as sort of police brutality from the Israelis against the Palestinians and the Lebanese children. And it includes, not only physical abuse, but mental abuse and kidnapping and all sorts of things. There were lots of terrible things that went on that started this day of recognition. And yeah, it's a tough one. Children are innocent. They need our protection. It's not up to us to, beat them and abuse them in any way, mentally or sexually or any way. Yep. So I want to go into a little specific story about my own life there. My father was flying in the military in the U.S. Air Force during Vietnam, and he obviously was not so happy about his job. He was having troubles coping, for sure. And he was not happy with himself and what he was doing. So naturally, when that happens, sometimes you take that out on the people you love. And I can vouch for that he did. He would take it out on us. I know several times that I got some really bad spankings. And yeah, I recall I wanted to run away sometimes because it was too much for me. But ultimately, I didn't run away, and I kept coming back. But that's a little bit how violence begets violence. And when I was growing up, I tried to help him to be happier. As a family, we went through some therapies together, but I don't think it ever came out that his unhappiness was because he was in war and he was made to do things he wasn't happy about. So, war is not good. Violence is not good. These are not the answers. To defend yourself is one thing, but to attack is another. There is a difference. And as a person who was raised in a household where there was violence from time to time, I am more or less nonviolent. I've certainly raised my daughter in a nonviolent household. And I promote peace and, dialogue. So violence is not the answer, and violence begets violence. War is not the answer. And brutality is definitely violent, and it's war, and it's not the answer. So, children have rights too, and that's the main thing that you should take away from this video. is that you don't have a right to beat your child. What you have a right to do is listen to it. When your child asks you a question, they want to know the answer. Take the time. Sit down with them. Tell them what they want to know. Speak to them like they're almost an adult. And yes, you have to look at their age and know how to speak to them. Sometimes they just want little information, but they're curious. Let them be curious. It's good. So, yes, be kind to your children and your neighbor's children and your neighbor's neighbor's children. Yeah, so that's it there. Then I am thankful today for my father-in-law. When Jessy was sick and we were always going to the hospital, he would drive sometimes, and that was nice. Then I didn't have to drive. And I could spend the car ride with Jessy, and we could chat, and then I could see him too and bring him up to date on all the information. And it was nice. It was a nice gesture, a nice way of a father-in-law with a daughter-in-law to be. Yeah. So thank you, Werner, for your participation. And I mean, I should say that he and Rosemary, my in-laws, you know, they helped out a lot with Jessy. They would also babysit sometimes, and they were around and available. And so was, you know, he was too. And I believe, actually, I think we also had him walking the dogs sometimes, which at that time, Penny was big and strong, and she would pull a lot. So I think he also did that too. But anyways, thank you, Werner, for your help with us throughout this time, during that time and throughout everything. You know, it's been great. I'm glad to have you as a father-in-law. You've been wonderful. Thanks. Okay, so I guess that's it for Thursday. Thankful Thursday. The song of the day today is We Are the World, and that's from USA for Africa. So I wish you all a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by.